Gladys Knight was born Gladys Maria Knight on May 28, 1944, in Atlanta, Georgia, into a family where music and faith were deeply intertwined. From a very young age, her voice stood out, rich, powerful, and filled with emotion beyond her years. By the time she was 4, she was already singing solos in her church choir, captivating congregations with a natural gift that felt almost destined. Her family quickly recognized her talent and nurtured it with love and encouragement. At just 8 years old, she won Ted Mack's Original Amateur Hour, a milestone that hinted at the extraordinary journey ahead. Those early years shaped not only her vocal ability, but also her emotional depth, grounding her in gospel traditions that would later define her signature sound. The rise of Gladys Knight and the Pips. In the 1950s, Gladys joined forces with her siblings and cousins to form a group that would later become legendary, Gladys Knight and the Pips. Alongside her brother Merrill Bubba Knight and cousins Edward Patton and William Guest, the group developed a polished style that combined soulful vocals with smooth harmonies and synchronized choreography. Their chemistry was undeniable, and together they created a sound that resonated deeply with audiences. By the 1960s and 1970s, they had risen to prominence, becoming one of the most respected acts in soul and R&B. Their performances weren't just musical, they were emotional experiences filled with storytelling and authenticity. Gladys's voice became the centerpiece, carrying both power and vulnerability, while the Pips added elegance and rhythm that made the group unforgettable. Breakthrough success and timeless hits. The group's time with Motown Records brought them national attention and a string of enduring classics. Songs like I Heard It Through the Grapevine, If I Were Your Woman, and Neither One of Us Wants to Be the First to Say Goodbye became staples of soul music. However, it was their move to Buddha Records that marked the peak of their success. In 1973, they released Midnight Train to Georgia, a song that would define their legacy. The track topped the Billboard Hot 100 and earned them a Grammy Award, cementing their place in music history. Gladys Knight's delivery, raw, heartfelt, and deeply human, captured themes of love, sacrifice, and resilience. Her voice didn't just entertain, it connected, reflecting the emotions of an entire generation, navigating change and hope. Continued influence and musical evolution. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Gladys Knight and the Pips continued to dominate the charts with hits like Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, I've Got to Use My Imagination, and Love Overboard. Their music blended gospel roots with R&B grooves and pop appeal, making them one of the most versatile acts of their time. Beyond the music, their presence symbolized grace, unity, and perseverance, especially within the African American community during a period of social transformation. When the Pips retired in 1989, Gladys stepped confidently into a solo career. She explored new musical directions while staying true to her roots, releasing gospel and contemporary R&B albums. Her 1994 gospel album, Many Different Roads, reflected her deep spiritual connection, showing that her artistry could evolve while remaining authentic. Personal life, love, growth, and resilience. Gladys Knight's personal life has been as layered as her music, filled with moments of love, challenge, and growth. She married her first husband, James Newman, in 1960, and together they had 2 children. However, the pressures of a growing career and personal struggles led to their divorce in 1973. Her second marriage to Barry Hankerson brought both creative collaboration and challenges, ending in divorce in 1979. Years later, she married Les Brown in 1995, a relationship that, though brief, offered personal insight and growth. Finally, in 2001, she found lasting peace with William McDowell. Their marriage, rooted in faith and stability, became a source of grounding and fulfillment, reflecting a new chapter centered on love, spirituality, and community. A life beyond music and lasting legacy. Beyond her musical achievements, Gladys Knight has made a lasting impact through acting, philanthropy, and community work. She has appeared in films and television, including Pipe Dreams and Tyler Perry's I Can Do Bad, All by Myself. Her influence extends far beyond entertainment. She is widely respected as a cultural icon and mentor. In 1996, Gladys Knight and the Pips were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she later received prestigious honors such as the National Medal of Arts and Kennedy Center honors. Even today, her performances continue to inspire audiences around the world. Artists like Whitney Houston and Beyoncé reflect the influence of her emotional depth and vocal mastery, proving that her legacy lives on through generations. A meaningful connection with Michael Jackson. One of the most heartfelt aspects of Gladys Knight's story is her connection with Michael Jackson. She first met him when he was a young performer with the Jackson 5 and immediately recognized his extraordinary talent. To her, he was not just a rising star, but a gifted child carrying immense responsibility. Over the years, their relationship grew into one of mutual respect and quiet understanding. Gladys often spoke of Michael's gentle nature, describing him as soft-spoken, kind, and deeply sensitive. While the world saw a global icon, she saw the human side, a person seeking connection, meaning, and peace. Their bond reflected shared experiences in the music industry, particularly as Black artists navigating fame and expectations. Reflections on fame and humanity. Gladys Knight has always approached her reflections on Michael Jackson with compassion and honesty. She acknowledged the immense pressures he faced, emphasizing that fame at such a young age can be overwhelming. Rather than focusing on controversy, she chose to highlight his humanity, his kindness, his creativity, and his emotional depth. She often described him as someone who gave everything to his art, sometimes at the cost of his own peace. Her perspective serves as a reminder that behind every legend is a person with vulnerabilities and struggles. Gladys's words are not about defending or criticizing, but about understanding. She encourages people to remember Michael not just as an icon, but as a human being who longed for normalcy and genuine connection. A voice of wisdom and remembrance. In her later years, Gladys Knight has become a voice of wisdom, reflecting on her life and the people she has known with sincerity and grace. Her memories of Michael Jackson are not revelations meant to stir headlines, but tributes to someone she cared about deeply. She continues to honor his legacy with empathy, reminding the world of the importance of kindness and understanding. At his 2009 memorial service, she performed with heartfelt emotion, offering a musical farewell that resonated with millions. Today, her reflections stand as a testament to a life lived with authenticity. Through her words and her music, Gladys Knight reminds us that true greatness lies not only in talent, but in compassion, resilience, and the courage to remain human in the face of extraordinary circumstances.